What's up, fight fans? This is Kurt DeVille with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Charles Prince Martin. Charles Martin to Joshua. He says, drop the IBF belt. Let me fight Pulev for the vacant title. Charles Martin read recently that among the reasons Anthony Joshua is committed to taking the mandatory defense of the IBF title against Pulev is that he doesn't want to give it up and allow Martin to fight Pulev for it. Martin is the IBF second-ranked contender and would face the top-rated Pulev for the championship. If Joshua vacated it, Joshua, who also owns the WBA and the WBO and the IBO crowns, knocked out Martin in the second round to win the IBF championship back in 2016 at the O2 Arena. Eddie Hearn, Joshua's promoter, intends to rescue the Joshua Pulev bout. The new date for Joshua Pulev won't be determined until the British government permits fans to attend sporting events. Joshua wore a cumbersome brace on his left leg, and he appeared at the Black Lives Matter protest Saturday. And Martin is holding out hope that Joshua will change his mind and skip his mandated defense versus Pulev to pursue bigger fights. He says, as far as I'm concerned, that's the least he can do for me, Martin told BoxingScene.com. I made his entire career. Without me, Anthony Joshua doesn't exist. I don't train a day for him, and went to his backyard and hurt for my first defense. The not training part is on me because I thought Joshua was just another chinny, overrated bum. To this day, I know I was right about the chin. Ooh, okay. Well, those are the words from Charles Martin, or how Josh comes from. Charles, I think Martin, he is looking too much into himself. And this kind of comes off as like, you owe me something. Like, if it wasn't for me, like, well, they paid you a lot of money to come to England. You basically sold your belt for, well, I don't know how much money did he, I think it was 8 million, 7, 8 million, something like that. And he was the champ, but he said he didn't train a day for that fight. Of course, he blamed himself, but like, why would you go over there in your first title defense half-cocked? You know, and it's crazy. Like, even if Anthony Joshua was a chinny guy, let's say he was real chinny, he would have still lost. Through the dynamics of that fight, Charles Martin, the way he was fighting with them little tight breeches he had on, he actually would have been knocked out anyway. And he claims, well, I was right about the chin part. Well, you didn't hit him anyway, you know. And yes, he got his first belt, the first belt from IBF. Now, the IBF belt, that's the first belt Joshua obtained. And it wasn't the last. But let me tell you, the least Joshua can do is let him fight for it. That's not going to happen. That stops the undisputed fight. That stops the biggest fight in history. And why would he drop it just because you expected him to? You know what I mean? Like, this is like one of those, you owe me something. You started with me. Yeah, it started with you, bud, but it did not end with you. Okay, so it's one of those things where I feel Prince Charles Martin wants to fight because he knows he's the next in line, you know? And it was crazy because he also had a high knockout percentage. But if you look at his last fight that he fought, he won that belt due to injury. He didn't win it due to true, honest victory. Okay, he didn't win by beating that guy. He won by that guy hurting his leg or something like that. I remember that fight. It ended weird. The guy was injured. He might have been injured before he went in there. The point is, Martin wasn't really tested at that time anyway. He didn't fight anybody. He could have fought for the WBC, that one that Wilder had. But he didn't want to do that. Why? He was smart. He went for the money. And he paid the price for it because he got knocked out. Not to say he wouldn't have got knocked out by Deontay Wilder, but that's the route that he decided to take. Now he has to wait his turn like everyone else, But the good thing is when he takes out Pulev, he will be next for that mandatory. So I think Josh, there we go again. I think Charles should just wait his time. And on the next mandatory defense, he will be that IBF guy. So he can fight for it. And then if whoever has it, he'll be fighting for all of them because it looks like we're going to have an undisputed champion pretty soon. But anyway, that's my counterpunch on that, guys. You guys tell me what you think about Charles Prince Martin. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.